Greetings, community, and welcome to NCBD Comics and another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day 1/22, 2025. Here we are once again, and here we are. Just glad to be alive. I want to appreciate everyone that cruises in on the rewind, and also, just as importantly, acknowledge those that decided to want to cruise on the live. And first of all, hey, appreciate you, Lost Cruises. Appreciate you being here, buddy. And DJ. Hey, buddy. Hope all is well with you. Christina, I saw that you end up posting it everywhere. Appreciate you like you wouldn't believe. And anyone that cruises in on a rewind and or on the live during the broadcast, I wanted to say, hey, thank you, and I appreciate you much. I hope all is well, and let's move right into IDW, starting it off with TMNT, Nightcrawler issue number 5, coming out to you on 1/22, 2025. I just got through reading issue number 4, along with issue number 2, 3, and 4 of the regular ongoing series. And now it's really starting to make sense. And also, as much as this world has been building, they're linking now and having direct relation to one another, which ends up being, wow, it's explaining a lot. All it really does is now that these two worlds, the TMNT Nightcrawler and the regular ongoing series, have been able to give us a really big and encompassing understanding of what's been transpiring in the city and what the agenda is of not only the mayor, but also of the Foot and everyone involved. That has been leading up to the storyline from all last year up until right now. And now, not only does it make sense, but wow, there's a lot going on that not only does it come together, but holy macatoonie, all these layers just end up making one gigantic onion. It's kind of like someone reverse engineered an onion and put it together in front of our eyes. And that's exactly what we got with not only TMNT Nightcrawler issue number 5 coming out tomorrow, but what we've got building all the way up into this issue leading into this next year of I'm just excited. I was initially going to go ahead and abandon the series because I didn't really understand how it was relating. Now I totally get it. So I'm totally looking forward to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Nightcrawler issue number 5 coming out tomorrow. Let's move out from IDW and cruise over to Ahoy Comics and talk about the Toxic Avenger issue number 4 of 5. If you're a Toxic Avenger of old, then you might be buying this series. And if you're not, I not only recommend this series because of how out there it is, but it does touch on very poignant and very, well, definitely pertinent understandings of topics that are going on not only in today's environment, but also in today's society. So it's really not only something that's kind of just really what's going on currently, but it's also something that really touches on what its foundation was of long ago, and I've been really enjoying the series. So again, Toxic Avenger issue number 4 of 5 comes out tomorrow, 1/22, 2025. Hey, Legend, I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you being here, brother. Hope all is well with you. All right, let's move out from Ahoy Comics and cruise over to Marvel. They're going to give us a few titles, starting off with Amazing Spider-Man issue number 66. Now that we got into yet another writer in this, not only is it just awesome still, but what we end up getting is a lot of individuals who really had a lot of reservations on how the series was going to happen after Zeb Wells was relieving and passing on the baton. Well, those reservations, I think, have since disappeared. This has been a really good series. This 8 Deaths of Spider-Man is really cool, and it does lead up to things that are happening down the road, especially as we get really doom saturated in this first half of the year. So I've been really not only enjoying the series, but yet I've really been enjoying the fact that there's been a seamless transition from all these different writers and the overall goal of what the series seems like it's trying to do. It seems like it's actually transpiring. I've been enjoying it, having a lot of fun. All I can say is I can't wait to issue number 66. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 66 from Marvel coming out to you, to me, and everyone else tomorrow on 1/22, 2025. Let's talk about Blade, Red Band issue number 4. Blood Hunt gave us all these Red Band series, and I've been enjoying the root of it all, which has been Blade. I haven't really been buying all these offshoots of Red Band, and you know the only reason why they've been doing it is how well the first series, Blood Hunt, worked. I mean, it's just when you go ahead and you give something that heavy of a storyline and you go ahead and allow the artist to go ahead and depict kind of a little more hardcore of what's transpiring, I think everyone enjoyed it. So everyone jumped on the bandwagon, and I only mean within internally of Marvel, and decided they're going to go ahead and do their old red band. But to me, again, Blade is the only one that really works because it's kind of the one that started it all. So again, getting back and getting back. Blade Red Band issue number 4 coming out has been not only an awesome series, not only is it take off from where it first started on the whole Red Band thing with the Blood Hunt, but we're getting a Blade that I think really initially brought me to the storyline, which the series is so well written, I cannot stop reading it. So it's definitely going to meet some of the cuts that I've been making in some of my ongoing series. And Blade Red Band issue number 4. I can't wait for issue number 5. It's definitely high on my priority reads, and it isn't going to be cut anytime soon. All right, moving on from Red Band, the whole Blade thing. Appreciate you, Christina. Let's talk about Helverine issue number 2. When the original series, all that transpired with Wolverine 36, and then the whole Helverine thing, and then they end up weaponizing all this stuff. And I thought once they go ahead and killed this kid from the third time around, that would be it. Helverine is back. Issue number 2 is coming out, and issue number 1 was, wow. I really had some concerns on how they're going to bring this character back for the third time around, and it works. I mean, Marvel has that reputation of bringing back the dead over and over and over again, and I'd hate to be that character in real life if they kept doing that to me. That would suck. But it works as far as this character is concerned. The son of, well, I don't want to totally run out, wait until issue number 3, but is dealing with a lot, and he's also cursed with an ultimate curse. We also end up seeing that some of these ghost riders are only sending some of these souls to hell because they're not necessarily doing the right thing as much as they're also recruiting individuals that are going to end up being part of the army of hell when they get back. It's pretty getting rad, as far as the different spirits of vengeance, the spirits of violence that's coming out, the Helverine that's going on. They loosely all tie together, and it is culminating into something that I believe is going to end up happening late in the summer. I really been enjoying not only the reintroduction of this character, but where this series is going to go. So I'm digging it, not only how they gave us issue number 1 and the miniseries that brought us to this issue number 1 and now 2, but I really am looking forward to getting my hands on this issue number 2. Let's move out from Helverine issue number 2 and talk about Kid Venom issue number 4. This is a finale that I've been dying to get. Really? It's been almost 2 years since you've introduced this character, and it takes that time to go ahead and do a miniseries of only 4 issues. I don't know who to complain to, but yes, I've been enjoying it. Yes, it does give me some tastes of folklore that I thoroughly enjoy when it comes to Japanese writings, especially of any time from the 9th all the way up until around the 16th, 17th century. I really think it's kind of cool because they were going through their own Renaissance period themselves, and quite a long period of it. They're also going through a lot of revamping of some of the old folklore stories, and that's what you kind of get in here. It's almost a modernization of folklore telling in a way that allowed an individual to tie in Marvel characters to it. It's freaking awesome. Plus, no spoiler here, being over 2 years deep, the fact that you get a symbiote that thrives on eating symbiotes, and that's how it gets its overall nourishment instead of eating the brains and the adrenaline that are then associated with some of the liquids that are kind of floating around in there, like most symbiotes do. This one is totally different, and I like where it goes because we end up seeing that this is a hero that we're going to end up needing down the road in a future battle. That's going to end up happening, even though he's stuck in the past for now. So again, I really have been digging this Kid Venom, and I just think it's been long overdue for issue number 4 to come to me, and definitely to you. All right, let's move out from, hey, buddy, I hope you're doing well, Trev. Appreciate you being here, seriously. Move out from Kid Venom issue number 4, which is its finale. But let's go ahead and talk about Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 13. there's a couple of key things that are happening in here, and we see an introduction of a family member that's going to be thrown in here, which is going to go ahead and give us some more inside fighting on the storyline when it comes to the family. But what we're also getting is we're getting an expansion of the responsibilities of the Spider-Man. All right, slight spoiler. We're also going to get what most of us have been looking for, a black costume. It might not be exactly what you're thinking, but it's going to be a black costume, which is kind of cool. I've been looking forward to this, and we've been getting hints of what it's supposed to be, but now I think we're going to go ahead and get quite an understanding of what this works out to be. Ultimate Spider-Man has been really cool and enjoyable. We're on a countdown. We know by about, my calculations are correct, sometime mid-November to early December is where we're going to finally get the key to unlock and release, and let loose. There we go. The maker and the console and everyone that's been just everything that's been leading up to this. So I've really been on a countdown, and I really been enjoying some of this starting, which is obviously Ultimate Spider-Man of this, but really where it's leading is my ultimate. I can't wait. So Spider-Man issue number 13 kind of gives us almost that mid-level area, and it really is some of the direct storyline of what's culminating and what's going to be expected at the end of this series. So it's that close from being my Blue Light special, but it just missed out. Moving out from the Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 13, let's talk about What If Galactus Transformed Rogue, issue number 1. I'm not a massive X-Men individual. I don't read much X-Men. However, when it comes to the whole Galactus stuff and the whole What If, I've been pretty much getting them all. They've been enjoyable as hell. When you get into what if tales, and I've been talking about this before, you end up getting the ability of writers to go ahead and cut loose a little bit. Marvel tends to let loose on the reins and allows his writer to go ahead and just express themselves a little bit. Now, they do have to adhere to certain lore and guide, just restrictions and within the guidelines of the Marvel universe. But at the same point, when it's okay, they're allowed to go do things that we don't get to normally see, which is awesome for me, because I like it when a writer is allowed to express themselves a little more free thinkingly and not have such tight reins on them. And it allows me as a reader to go ahead and see what's in their head and how they would go ahead and play with a character if they weren't so restricted, if that makes sense. So that's why I really been digging it. Plus, I do enjoy the whole Silver Surfer Galactus stories. So when they go ahead and give us a what if of those type of stories, I'm all in. Just saying. Moving out from the what if of Galactus, and that takes care of all the Marvel stuff. Let's move over to Image Comics. We're going to go ahead and talk about, well, the final 3. Let's first start off with World Tree issue number 12. There's another one of those that's been taking a little bit to release. And I'm not even certain if 12 finalizes the whole series. I'm a little bit lost on exactly where it's going to end. The ultimate way to end this, because I guess the easiest way to summarize it is there's this underworld undernet that's going on, and no, not like the black, it totally, and it could take over. They shut it down to go ahead and prevent it from taking over the world in a very Black Mirror type sense. And that's where we're at, is we're still in battle. We're still trying to prevent all this from still happening. And this battle is getting close to either we're going to kill the few people that are really involved in this, or they're basically going to get away, and we're all going to be like the movie The Cell and just be little puppets of this. Yeah. World Tree has been astounding. It's been, like I said, very Black Mirror in its writing. It's a tiny type tale, so you kind of understand that not always does he actually stick the landing, but he gives us an interesting journey. And that's what it's definitely been for me for so far in this story, even though it's not quite releasing when it should. So that's what I'm saying. I'm a little lost. But that doesn't mean I ain't dying to look forward to reading this thing. I think what I'm looking for is a little better understanding, if nothing else. So again, World Tree issue number 12 coming out on 1/22, 2025 is definitely high on my list for nothing more to just a little semblance. I'm just saying. All right, let's move on from World Tree, which definitely I've been enjoying. It's been an interesting read. And let's talk about Void Rivals, issue number 16. I just read 15. 14, 15, read 14. And oh my God. Now that again, like I stated before, we're down to these final 3 books, and it's all revolving around these 3 as far as the Energon universe. It's getting gnarly. The fact that how easily people are being taken out, just no regard. People are being ripped apart and thrown in half, and then now we got like all but distress calls and things are going out. Oh my God. I am so digging Void Rivals and how it's connecting the Transformers to the G.I. Joe type universe. And even though it's still so far removed, it is so indirectly relating. It's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing how Kirkman actually ties this stuff together, or if it's actually going to remain loose on this backstory flying out way on the other side of the galaxy. Who knows, maybe even the known universe, which is interesting because it does show you, again, I'm tying it to real life, how no matter what, even though you don't believe you have any effect on anybody, or you may never meet anybody on the other side of the world, doesn't mean that you don't have some type of influence, some type of, you know what I mean? We're all interconnected in some way and another, if nothing else, on the internet. So that's what's kind of given us in this Void Rivals is, even though this story is still so far removed, you see in how it's indirectly slash almost, you seeing how it's affecting the other storylines. That's pretty awesome. And I've been really enjoying it because, again, I'm curious if they're going to even tie it directly into it or not. And even if it doesn't, still brilliantly written. Been enjoying the hell out of it. But what we're here for is, you guessed it. Hey, Rod, I hope you're doing well. Jag, you too. Hope you guys are doing good. I appreciate everyone in here. To everyone decided to cruise on through, I appreciate you. And let's talk about, well, our Blue Light Special. Our Blue Light Special this week is from Image Comics, Hyde Street, issue number 3. I was really trying to shed off a lot of the books that are out there. And when it comes to the Ghost, machine and the whole Ghost universe and all this, I really did not want to delve head in, and just buy everything like I have in the past. What I want to do is actually figure out which books I was going to get. And Hyde, I don't know why I ended up gravitating to it initially. I think it was because I was able to get a couple of the ash cans, and I was in a couple of those first books that allowed me to go ahead and get a first tangible look, as opposed to some of the online stuff that I was getting, of what the book was about. What I really enjoy about Hyde Street is it's written in a way that I used to enjoy watching the Tales of the Dark. And the reason why I'm bringing that particular show up is that show always leaned towards darker storytelling. And that's exactly what Hyde Street is no matter what, you're not going to get a pretty tale. You know that no matter what, you're going to get something that's kind of dark. And it's at moments almost introspective, because it allows you to go ahead and yeah, obviously one person's being judged and it's being, and another person is going and paying for their sins, but allows you to ask yourself, at what levels is there no atonement, or you know what I mean? So it allows you to sit there and ask yourself, am I that bad? Have I been, have I made choices that would even constitute some type of degree of this type of magnitude of judgment? I mean, and that's where Hyde Street takes us, is it allows the individual and the writer definitely to provoke these type of ideas. And not necessarily stating that you had to go there, but I do particularly. It's just where I go. But at the same point, it allows me to better connect. Oh, my dog's having nightmares. I'm talking about nightmare stuff. She's having Sorry. So that's, I guess, what I enjoy is how the writer is able to connect, and I'm able to connect with what I believe the story is trying to convey. And it allows me to immerse myself into something that I recall, which was Tales from the Dark. It really feels that themish, and it really has been so enjoyable that no matter what I end up kicking out, I can't ever see kicking out of Hyde Street. I always look forward to it, and every successive book that's been coming out just makes me yearn for that next coming issue that much more. And to everyone that decided to cruise on out, I appreciate you. Seriously, Trev, Legend, Christina, as always, I greatly appreciate you and all your support. Rod, dude, I appreciate you being here, buddy. Seriously. If there's anyone I meet, I almost missed Jag, huh? In Las Cruces. I appreciate you all. I know you're here somewhere, buddy. You know what? You always leave a thing at the end, don't you, Las Cruces? Hey, man, hope you're well. Appreciate you cruising on through. Yes, you do. You always do. And I hope all is well with everyone out there. You have a wonderful day. You have a wonderful new comic book day. And that's it for me, Entropy. You stay well.